Welcome back to Section 6 of our course, Understanding Mental Health, a Docho Mental Health Gap Action Program, inspired course for non-specialists. In our last lesson, we explored Behavioral Activation Therapy, BA, which helps individuals re-engage with meaningful activities to improve mood and emotional well-being. We learned that by breaking the cycle of avoidance, individuals can feel more empowered and motivated. Now, in this lesson, we'll look at problem-solving therapy, another effective treatment for depression. Problem-solving therapy, PST, is based on the idea that depression often results from ongoing problems that feel overwhelming, leading to a sense of helplessness. This therapy helps individuals break down these problems into manageable steps and develop practical solutions to improve their situation. What is problem-solving therapy? Problem-solving therapy, PST, is a structured, goal-oriented approach that focuses on helping individuals identify specific problems they are facing, develop practical solutions to address these problems, build confidence in their ability to handle challenges in the future. The goal of PST is to reduce feelings of helplessness by showing individuals that they can actively address the issues causing their depression. By solving problems in small, manageable steps, individuals can begin to regain a sense of control and self-efficacy. The key components of problem-solving therapy, PST involves several key steps to help individuals understand and solve their problems. Let's go through them. 1. Problem identification. The first step in PST is helping the individual identify and define the problem clearly. Oftentimes, people with depression feel overwhelmed by multiple issues and struggle to pinpoint the root cause of their distress. By breaking down the problem, the therapist helps the individual understand what the real issue is, clarify what the person wants to achieve, e.g., resolving conflict, improving a work situation, managing finances. The goal is to make the problem feel more manageable rather than overwhelming. 2. Generating solutions. Once the problem is identified, the next step is to brainstorm possible solutions. In this stage, the therapist encourages the individual to think creatively about ways to address the problem without immediately judging or dismissing any ideas. The therapist helps the individual come up with several options and encourages them to think about the pros and cons of each solution. For example, if someone is struggling with financial stress, possible solutions could include setting up a budget plan, seeking financial counseling, exploring additional sources of income. This stage is about being open-minded and exploring all possibilities. 3. Evaluating the solutions. After brainstorming, the individual evaluates each solution. The therapist helps the individual assess which options are realistic, feasible, and most likely to lead to success. They may ask, what would be the outcome if you tried this solution? What steps would be needed to make it work? By evaluating the solutions, the individual can identify the most practical approach for moving forward. 4. Developing an action plan. Once a solution has been selected, the therapist helps the individual develop a step-by-step action plan. The action plan breaks the solution into small, achievable steps that the person can take on a daily or weekly basis. For example, if the problem is job dissatisfaction, the action plan might look like: Step 1. Update the resume by the end of the week. Step 2. Apply to 2 jobs each week. Step 3. Reach out to a mentor for advice. The action plan gives the person a clear path to follow and a sense of purpose. 5. Reviewing progress and adjusting. Throughout the process, it's important to review progress and adjust the plan if necessary. The therapist encourages the person to track their progress celebrate small victories, and stay motivated. If the plan isn't working, they revisit the problem, brainstorm new solutions, and adapt the plan to the individual's changing needs. Let's pause for a moment of reflection. Think about a recent problem in your own life that caused you stress or frustration. How might breaking that problem down into smaller, more manageable steps have helped you feel more in control? What are some of the solutions you might have come up with? Problem solving isn't about finding a perfect solution. It's about taking action to improve the situation one step at a time. A real-world example. Let's consider a woman named Esther, who has been feeling depressed due to stress at work. She feels overwhelmed by the increasing demands from her manager and a lack of support from her colleagues. In therapy, Esther works through the problem-solving process with her therapist. 1. Problem identification. Esther realizes that the issue isn't just work-related stress, but also her feelings of lack of control and poor time management. 2. Generating solutions. Together, they brainstorm potential solutions, setting clearer boundaries at work, delegating tasks, seeking help from a mentor, and improving her time management skills. 3. Evaluating the solutions. They assess which of these solutions will have the most immediate impact, and they choose the time management strategy. 4. Action plan. Esther commits to setting aside 30 minutes each day to prioritize her tasks, using a calendar to manage deadlines. Over time, Esther feels more in control, less overwhelmed, and experiences a reduction in her depressive symptoms. In summary, problem-solving therapy, PST, helps individuals break down problems into manageable steps and develop practical solutions to address those problems. The therapy involves 5 key steps: problem identification, generating solutions, evaluating the solutions, developing an action plan, and reviewing progress. PST empowers individuals to take control of their lives, reduce feelings of helplessness, and regain a sense of self-efficacy. In our next lesson, we'll explore motivational enhancement therapy, MET, for substance use disorders, a therapy that helps individuals find motivation to change behaviors and overcome substance use issues. But before we continue, here's your reflection for today. What problem in your life could you address using the steps of problem-solving therapy? How might breaking that problem down into smaller steps improve your sense of control and reduce stress? Let's continue developing our skills to offer practical and empowering support for those facing mental health challenges.